Ladies and gentlemen, today as the government side, I firmly believe that state should fully own public transportation. Transportation is not a luxury, it is a basic right. When profit becomes the priority as it does with private ownership, access, safety, and long-term sustainability suffer. Meanwhile, full government ownership ensures fairness, national coverage, and power to plan long-term for both people and the planet. Let me show you why public transportation should belong to the people, not private interests. First, transportation is a public good, not a business. Transportation connects people to school, to work, to healthcare. But when it's a privatized, access is decided by profit, not need. Private companies prioritize high income and high demand areas. Meanwhile, rural or poorer regions are left behind. Look at our country. Many regions outside Java barely have consistent transportation options. Why? Because it's not profitable. In contrast, countries like Japan, South Korea, and Germany have strong government controls over transportation. The result, inclusive service and clean infrastructure, also wide coverage even in less populated areas. This matters because transportation shapes equality. If someone can go to school or work because no bus comes to their area, are they truly free? Full public ownership ensures everyone is served regardless of income or their location. Second one, public ownership enables integration and innovation. One major issue with Indonesia's transportation today is fragmentation. There are different operators, different systems, no coordination. Public ownership fixes that. With one system under state control, integration becomes possible. One ticketing system and unfilled routes and real-time planning. Jakarta is a great example. The success of Transjakarta came after the government took control, integrated services, and subsidized fares. Seoul's transport system, most publicly owned, connects subways, buses, and bike sharing all with one card. That level of integration boosts user satisfaction and reduces car usage, helping the environment. Why is this matters? Because when transport is seamless and well managed, people use it. That means less traffic, less pollution, and better quality of life. The last point is that only the state can plan long-term sustainability. Private companies are focused on short-term profit, but climate change, urbanization, and infrastructure demand long-term vision. Government ownership allows for mass investment in eco-friendly solutions like electric buses, better railway systems, or high-speed trains. This investment may not be profitable in the short term, but they are essential for our future. Take the Netherlands, where the government leads investment in cycling infrastructure and clean transit, or China's public high-speed rail built not for profit but for national mobility and development. Public transport is a part of climate justice and the government must lead it. To conclude, we don't believe transportation should be something people can or cannot afford. We believe it is a right that must be guaranteed by the state. We've shown you how public ownership ensures accessibility, enables innovation, and secures long-term sustainability. Privatization serves profits, public ownership serves people. That is why I strongly support the motion. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as the opposition, I respectfully disagree with the motion. I believe that full government ownership of public transportation is not the most effective or sustainable path forward. While we agree that transportation is a public necessity, making it fully government owned introduces risk of inefficiency, bureaucracy, and stagnation. Instead, I support a hybrid model where the government collaborates with private sectors under strong regulation, combining efficiency, innovation, and also public service. Let me explain why full ownership is not the answer and why responsible partnership works better. First, full government ownership leads to inefficiency and bureaucracy. Governments, while well intentioned, are often plagued by bureaucratic red tape and slow decision making. When governments control every aspect of public transportation, progress can be painfully slow, especially when it comes to adapting to new technologies or expanding service. Um, let's take an example. Many state run services struggle with maintenance delays, corruption issues, and lack of innovation. We've seen this with PTKI in the past before reforms were made and with local bus operators that are still under government departments. Contrast that with privately operated services like MRT Jakarta, which partnered with Japanese private consultants. The result: better planning, cleaner operation, and more timely service. Why? Why is this matters? Efficiency aspects people's daily lives. Long waits, broken system, and lack of accountability hurt public trust. We cannot afford a system that forgets to put users first. Second, private sectors encourages innovation and better service. Private companies driven by competition and performance tend to innovate more quickly than public bodies. When you include the private sector under the right supervision, you get more modern system, better customer service, and faster respond to user demands. In Japan, private railway companies like GREs operate alongside public services and often outperform them in punctuality and cleanliness. And then Singapore's transport system is regulated by government but operated by private companies like SMRT, allowing the government to set policies while operators focus on service daily. Why this matters? We need a transportation system that evolves with the times, not the stuck cycle of outdated procurement and slow adaptation. Private-public cooperation gives us the best of both worlds. The last one, full ownership drains the state budget and limits expansions. Running a national transportation system is expensive. If the government owns everything, it also bears all the financial burden: infrastructure, salaries, maintenance, upgrades, and more. Even in developed countries, a fully government-owned system requires billions in subsidies. In Indonesia, our budget is already stretched across health, education, and infrastructure. Relying solely on the state risk underfunding or under borrowing. So, by involving the private sector through public-private partnership, we can ease the burden on taxpayers while still ensuring strong regulation and fair pricing. And then, in conclusion, we believe that full government ownership of public transportation is not the only or the best way to ensure fair, efficient, and inclusive service. We've shown that the risk is inefficiency lacks innovation. So that's why we are proud to oppose the motion. Thank you.